This is to certify that Movie Chats has been classified for live streaming.
Hey, how you doing?
Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to another movie chat. I'm Steve. This is Little Steve. I hope you've had a good week. Steve, how's your week been, sir?
It's been manic. I've been at work the last couple of days. I've been absolutely drained. How's everybody else?
Yeah, I hope everyone else is all right. It sounds like we've both had one of those weeks. Do you know what? I was saying to somebody the other day when he said to me, how's your day been? And I said, you know what? I've had better Januaries. The year has just been bad, hasn't it? It's just been busy.
When does this become the norm? That's the thing, isn't it? We had that many weeks where we just rammed.
Yeah, before you realise that you're not complaining about a day or a week, you're complaining about a month. So, other than that, I am okay. I'm glad you are okay as well. I was laughing at yours and Chris's chat during the week.
What are you on about?
Where it was like, Steve's been quiet, yeah, but it's 9 o'clock. He'll be in bed now.
That was quarter to 9. It was quarter to 9.
It'll be up at 4 o'clock, and at 10 to 4 is me messaging you guys, just catching up on the chat, and I hadn't heard that he is all day.
I told you. I'm like, yeah, but he's up at stupid o'clock anyway. Bloody hell. Mental. Hey, Sharon. Hey, Cannabis Girl. Hey, Pat. Hope you're well. Oh, gosh. It's been... Yeah, it was funny because I was just like, nobody had heard of you.
So it's just manic. It's
one of us, though. One of us is usually puts on a message. Where is everyone? My phone's been quiet today.
Well, Chris is busy buying a Jurassic Park vehicle, isn't he?
Oh, that'd be amazing, wouldn't it? If that
would be amazing if he bought it. Do you know what? If he doesn't buy it, I'm definitely going to have to go and buy it. You know, just to take
people just being linked into it.
Just to take it to Chester and just to leave it outside the Weatherspoons. You know, I don't care.
Someone like George Ross in it as well.
Yeah, I don't care. I don't care if it gets parking tickets. We'll park it outside the Weatherspoons and we'll just leave it there. You know, wherever we go, it will be there. All right. What's this? Just going to shut the hospital. Stephen. Oh.
Sounds like someone's coming up. What do you want? What are you doing? Leo, are you dressed for the occasion, son? Hey.
Oh. Hello, Leo.
Say hello.
Yeah. Red nose.
Red nose. Yes, you've got a red nose. It's definitely the wrong time of the year for that now, mate.
It's cold enough for it, though, isn't it?
We had to buy 3 of them. Go on.
Oh, come on with
you go to see Mummy then.
Mummy, welcome.
Go show Mummy. Go show Mummy. We'll get halfway down the stairs and go, hang on a second. What happened then? Bless him.
I don't know what I've done.
What are you up to?
Nope.
Oh, bless.
There we go. I'm back. I don't know what I've done there. I opened up a window I shouldn't have opened, and the whole laptop just went black. And I'm like, oh, no. Right. Should we make a start then, mate? Let's make a start.
Yeah, we can do that. Yeah, we can.
Homework movie.
Yes. You're going to tell me you didn't do it, didn't you?
No, I did it. Now, this week's homework movie is Taxi Driver. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, hands up. I haven't seen this film before. I was really excited when it came up on the wheel, as you know, last week.
You've never seen it? Wow.
No, I've never seen it. Can someone explain to me why it's classed as like a modern day classic? And it's got a what? Because I didn't get that from watching this. I was thinking what am I watching for the last 2 hours? The week before, when we watched The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, you know, I was all over that. But this one, I was just like, no, I don't get
I think the thing is that looking at the movie as a whole, it's all right. It's not aged very well, but in fact, I actually say it has actually aged quite well, actually, but not. It's not the same sort of level of entertainment that you get nowadays. However, what I would say is what's more potent about this movie now, really, is it's the society, because obviously he is sort of noticing the way society is going, and the problem is with this particular character is he's not trying to surround himself with people that have got the same sort of interests. He's surrounding himself. He's trying to put his views to other people. Do you know what I mean? That don't share the same views. So that's why he's constantly miserable. He's constantly struggling, and then he decides to sort of be a vigilante, if you like, and right the wrongs. And it's questionable whether or not the Travis character is a good guy or a bad guy.
You know, I'm sat there and I'm watching it, and I'm like, yeah, I can understand what he's trying to do. You know, I can see what his intentions are and stuff like that. Where he's helping the young girl out for his own gains and stuff like that. You know, and
it's almost like it gives him a reason to sort of not lose the plot, but sort of it justifies what he's the pent up emotion that he's got.
He's got this urge to do something. He's now got a cause
that
allows him to do that. And then when you see the letter at the end, and I'm thinking, yeah, he's going to go off to Pittsburgh or wherever it was. I think it was Pittsburgh, wasn't it? And he's going to go and stalk that family like he was stalking Betsy and whatever at the start. But he didn't do that. And then you see him driving the cab at the end, and then Betsy wants him because he's now famous in the papers for what's happened with this girl.
You see, so it's like the situation where he's in the store and the robber in the store. You know, there's two sides to it. Did he stand up? Did he save a life?
He didn't think twice about saying, drop your gun, fuck off, pardon the language, but get out the shop or whatever. He just shot him.
Yeah, but if he hadn't shot him, would the store owner got shot?
No, but what I'm saying though is that he's not used the gun in the way that he was defending the store owner. He used the gun to kill the robber.
Hey, Cherry.
That was like the entry into right. I can do this now.
Yeah.
I'm no longer the Marine. I'm no longer the good guy. I can now go and do what I've done. And
was he ever a Marine?
Well, he says he was.
But then he's known to have lied to his parents. Is it in his head? Is he, was he dishonorably discharged or whatever, medically discharged or whatever? It's all up in the air. But the thing for me is the way that it's become a sort of cult classic. There's obviously at least one-liner in there that's famous, but ultimately, he could see the way that the society was going.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I finally got to see the scene where he's talking to himself and he's popping the gun in and out and all this. I can now understand the "Are you talking to me?" bit. When I see that, I can understand that bit now. I can understand the bit now where he's sitting on the couch and you see him like that when he's covered in blood and the police at the. I now understand how that's occurred. I don't understand how he's got shot 15 times and he's still walking up the stairs with a bullet hole in his neck and stuff like that, because that would never happen. But it's a film, so I'll let that one slide. But it just doesn't scream classic to me. It's not one that. I tell you what, I was in CEX last week and I was having a look at CEX and I come across Taxi Driver and it's £4. I've still got a voucher for a couple of quid. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to pick that up because it's my homework movie. And you know what? I'll be devastated if I spent £4 on a copy of it. It's not something.
Really?
Yeah, it's not something I'm going to rush back to go and watch.
I mean, the thing is that was it ahead of its time? Do you think? Was it brought out at a time where Hey Kuro, brought out, and hey Keith, was it come out at a time where like it was not the norm sort of film? Do you know what I mean? It wasn't the same sort of genre as everything else. That may have something to do with it. Hey Kevin, thanks for joining us, buddy. I wish I was in Florida right now, but it's lovely there. And that's the thing. Everybody has different tastes. That's the whole reason we do this thing.
Do you know the film that it reminds me of? Have you ever seen the film Collateral with?
Yeah.
With Michael J. Jamie
Come on,
Foxx,
you'll get there. Yeah.
Tom Cruise. Yeah, it reminds me of that. It reminds me of that slow. We'll get the pace. Everything is at we'll get the pace, and then you get to the bits that you see that everybody knows. And then it's like,
not the payoff then? There's not the payoff for the build-up. Is that what you're trying to say?
I don't know if those clips have just been overused in the 40 years that it's been out.
Maybe. But like I say, there's iconic parts in it, definitely. But I understand what you're saying, because like I say, the first time I watched it, I sort of sat back and I was like, yeah, it was all right, but it won't, didn't blow me away.
It's not world beating. It's not like
no, it isn't. But the thing is that with stuff like that, I like to then spend a bit of time sort of researching what other people's opinions are and see if they sort of match. You know what I mean? So I'll do it. I'll go on. I won't with anything like that. I won't go on like YouTube or out until after I've watched it. But then when I watch things like that, and especially when they've got, endings that don't make bloody sense, I'll definitely go on and try and dissect how it ended up being the movie that it is. I don't think it's a terrible movie. I think it's one that you tick off your bucket list.
I don't think it's a terrible movie. I just don't.
Hey, Lindsay,
I don't see. Do you know when you're talking to people and you say, right, I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna watch Taxi Driver, and they go, oh, it's a brilliant film, definitely gotta watch it, you really enjoy it. I don't get that from the film.
I see what you say. I know what you're saying. I know exactly what you're saying with that. But yeah, it is what it is. It's if you've not seen it, I think it's worth a watch. But it's up to your own sort of opinion, really, whether or not it's worth rewatching at any point, or where it ranks in your movie collection, sort of thing.
It's not that I don't enjoy slow burning movies. We're going to talk about one later on in the show that is a slow burning movie that's on half the time again, and I really, really enjoy it. I just don't find this one as gripping or as the classic and the title it's been given worthy. It's just not that type of film for me. I tend to agree with Peter on this one, where I've watched it once and I don't think I'm going to go back and watch it again. Though, come on, Pete. Now, I just agreed with you. That's going a bit far now.
Minus touch is better.
Now, granted, I might have to go back and give that a second watch now that me and you have had a discussion after the show, and I might have to.
Hey, Jason.
Give it another go.
But it was. I say it was good. It was all right for me. I don't mind watching it. It's not top of my list to watch, but it was okay.
Yeah. So, like I say, I think it's causing a. How would you know you didn't watch it? I did watch it, sort of. That's why I said I might have to go back and give it another go. Now you've explained it to me. Yeah. So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what this week throws up on the wheel, but I'm not. The good, the bad, and the ugly, I'd go and buy a copy.
Yeah.
This I wouldn't. I wouldn't drop a remote if I come across it on a TV guide or anything like that. It's just not there for me in that film thing.
Yeah.
Chris is saying your tea.
Where's your T-shirt, little Steve? Oh yeah, I didn't. We didn't coordinate tonight. He didn't tell me anything until he got on here. So otherwise, yeah, you know. But we usually have a message to say what are you wearing.
It's usually something colourful and silky.
If I had to put money on it, it would have been a Star Trek t-shirt or a Red Dwarf one. But you know, he's cost me a lot. It's up there.
I've got me branded t-shirt on, and I've got me silky underwear on. You know, I'm really comfortable here. You know. Anyway, right, let's move on before it's usually at the end of the show we go downhill, so let's move on. Right, featured actor this week was Al Pacino. Now, I think Coro challenged us last week if we've done Al Pacino before, and I went back and I don't think we did. I think we might have talked a lot about his films, but you know, never need to hear about your. Listen, Robin, you're going to see.
He's only got eyes for Andrew. Let's be honest.
You're going to see them in March, so don't worry.
Really?
Yeah. At some point, they'll probably come out. No, sorry, that's Andrew's. He's got a habit of getting his ass out. Yeah, sorry. There we go. All right. Seriously, I reckon a name change would rock the channel. So this week's featured actor is Al Pacino, and yeah, we haven't done it. I've gone back and I've checked and I've not done it. So we will just wait for the teammate to finish.
There was no sugar in my tea. You know, what's the standard?
Stop whinging. It was free.
Shocking.
And you're diabetic, so what are you doing putting sugar in your tea?
Just to keep up with you. My energy levels are low.
Oh, right. So
you can't have a brew without sugar. I'm not being funny. Don't work that way.
Would you like to go through your top 5?
Yeah, absolutely. So I would go no specific order because the problem is with Al Pacino, he is one of those actors that I really enjoy watching. Really enjoy watching. So if there's a movie with him in, I will definitely pick it up. I've got one down here somewhere that's which one is it? Let's just grab this. Where is it? It's on here somewhere. Anyway, it's there it is. So I'm yet to watch that, but there's no way I'm not watching it. So for me, there's some standout ones for me. So I'll go with standout Scarface. That took me a while to get into because of his accent at the start was a bit off for me, and then it took me a good half an hour to get into. But I really enjoyed that movie. Obviously, The Godfathers. I'm gonna put that as a 1. Possibly one of my favourite trilogies.
You are aware that you're being complicit with killing little Steve here. He is diabetic, and you've not seen him polish off 4 bags of jelly babies like me and Chris have, and then have sugar in his tea.
I wasn't fucking diabetic then.
Yeah, well, that's probably what's caused you to be fucking.
No, it isn't. It's type 1, you knob. Do your fucking research. Anyway, any given Sunday, right? Devil's Advocate, and Scent of a Woman.
Right. So we're not too dissimilar here then, right? Because I've gone with my mentions. Start off with my mentions first. Scent of a Woman. Dog Day Afternoon. I love that film. It's awesome. Godfather. I've put the series together. Yeah. I haven't put it in my top 5 because it's an entity in itself, isn't it? The Godfather.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, Jack and Jill with Adam Sandler.
Jack and Jill. That's a bit of a random one, isn't it?
It's a bit of a random one, but when you go through my other list and you see how serious the other films are, when you see Jack and Jill, you're like, he can actually play a funny role. So I've got Donnie Brasco. I've got 88 Minutes. 88 Minutes was a brilliant film. Underrated. If you haven't seen it, go and watch 88 Minutes. Devil's Advocate. Any Given Sunday. I just love Any Given Sunday.
Yeah.
You know, where he's giving that speech about gaining yards and crawling inches and stuff like that. And then when he goes, come on, if you want to be a losing pussy, put your hand up. And then LL Cool J just stands up and puts his hand up and he goes, Jay, what are you doing? I don't want you to be the only pussy with your hand up, boss. Come on. Brilliant scene. And my last but not least is this, Heat.
Yeah, I was going to say, none of us had mentioned Heat.
Now, this is the film that I was talking about before. The slow burner, long run time.
Yeah.
And I can watch this time and time and time again. I just didn't get that with Taxi Driver. What's this? Is this about 3 hours long, isn't it, give or take?
Do you remember him in Dick Tracy where he had like I think he had a prosthetic nose on?
Yeah. 170 minutes, this is. So just over 3 hours long.
Yeah.
Now, I can sit here and watch this time and time again. And same with Any Given Sunday. You know, and that's when you watch the extended edition of Any Given Sunday, that's pushing about 3 hours long as well.
How many minutes in an hour?
60.
How many minutes in 3 hours?
180.
How long's that movie?
170 minutes. So, yeah, okay, give or take. It's about just short of 3 hours long, not over 3.
You talking about the credits at the end, weren't you?
Don't you watch the credits? The credits are the best bit.
Just checking how your maths was on that one.
Do you know what? It's been a long week. And do you know when you forecast... I've had to forecast volumes and monetary spend for the year this week.
If that's your maths, then we're buggered. The whole country's buggered.
Yeah, it's goosed. But it is what we are where we are with that one, right?
You have to estimate on jobs as well, do you?
Don't.
So we've got The Irishman, obviously. Playtendo guys mentioned The Irishman. Yeah, that's a cool film, that is. House of Gucci, Carlito's Way, Donnie Brasco, and obviously the Oceans movies as well.
See, I totally agree with you there, Pierre. You know, that is an awesome scene where they're sat there and they're talking, and it's just like, you know what they both are, they know what they both are, and you know at some point they are going to kill each other. You know, it's just absolutely awesome.
There's so many good movies with him in. If there's something on that I haven't seen and he's in it, I wouldn't even question what the movie is. I'd just sit there and watch it.
Mm-hmm.
It's such a shame. I mean, you look at like The Irishman now, and obviously they had I don't want to say CGI, but the de-aging and stuff in there for the characters. You know, it's the first movie where I've sort of looked at him and gone, my God, they are getting old. Yeah, he is in Casino, isn't he?
De Niro in Casino.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, and that's another great movie, Casino.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, it's so sad when you see these actors and you're like, they've not got long left if they're going to act in anything, really, have they? You know.
Well, it's like when you see, going back to Taxi Driver, you've got a very young Jodie Foster, you've got a very young Harvey Keitel, you've got a very young Robert De Niro.
Yeah.
And you look at Harvey Keitel now and you're thinking, where's he coming from? You've even got the dad from Everybody Loves Raymond in Taxi Driver, you know? So you're looking at them characters, at those actors, and you think they've not got much in it. But this goes back to what we were talking about with Stallone, about is he still got it in him to be an action star? Have these guys still got him in to be intense characters? You look at Pacino's character as the devil in Devil's Advocate. You look at him in Any Given Sunday. You look at him in Heat. You know, you look at him in you've got the sensitive side to him in the sense of a woman, and but great range of acting. But is he that way now? He's older.
Yeah, that's true.
Harvey Keitel has never been done. You know,
that's true. Yeah.
No, so.
But yeah, he's stand out, isn't he? He's a great actor.
Out of your films that you've got in your top 5 there, if there was one that stands out that someone says to you, I've never seen an Al Pacino film, which one would
you've got to
be?
go and watch The Godfathers. You've got to. You've got to go and watch The Godfathers. If it's just a film on its own, then, like you say, it would toss up between Any Given Sunday and possibly Scent of a Woman, maybe.
Mm,
You know, any of them, you're on a winner.
yeah.
Any of them. I love the court scene with in Scent of a Woman. I say the court scene, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Scarface, like I say, Neil. Hey, Neil. The thing is with Scarface is it took me a while to get used to that character.
Mm.
You know, but as soon as when I got into the film, I really enjoyed it.
No, I'm gonna. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I've never seen Scarface.
Really?
No, and you know what? I keep buying it. And then I keep trading it in. Then I keep buying it, and I keep trading it in. And it was on my 100 movies to watch before you die bucket list chart, and that's why I kept buying it because it kept staring me in the face. Lana challenged me the whole of 2022 to watch that bastard film, and it was down there, the Blu-ray player, and I never put it in. I never did it.
We'll watch it. We'll get around to watching it in March then. We'll find a couple of hours to watch it. But
Yeah, I never got around to watching. But again, it was one of those films where I knew it was there and I knew I had to watch it. And as soon as I had time, I went and got something else to watch.
it's like I say, it's I don't know. It's difficult to describe it. It's an iconic movie. Let's go with that.
It is. Again, we're throwing that title around, the iconic movie. You know, Taxi Driver is an iconic movie, but I don't see it as a. And yeah, I know what you're saying, Neil, and it is. But there is so many. I've seen so many great movies that
I haven't. And,
Steve hasn't, and you know, and
like Jack and Jill.
Like Jack and Jill. Now, Scarface, I like I say, I had every intentions of watching it, and then we needed something the other week to do a Ziffit order, and that went in, and we got the money we needed for the Ziffit to complete the order, and I never thought twice about it, and that's where I am with Scarface. Like I said, I'd rather watch.
I'll find a copy in here that I've got. And it's a Prezi then, you can't get rid of it. So, you know, I'll have to do that. Yeah, I haven't seen that. Sapinko, is it? I've seen it a few times in CX and I've looked at it because it looks like it's a young Al Pacino, but I've never actually watched it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, you know, like I say, it is there, and I just never got around to watching it. However, if you asked me to pick an Al Pacino film up and I had the option of Scarface or Any Given Sunday, I'll go with Any Given Sunday.
Oh yeah, 100%.
You know, and I Scarface just hasn't got that draw for me to say.
The thing is that it's an easier watch. Any Given Sunday is an easier watch, really. If we said Spock was in it, you'd be right on there, wouldn't you?
I tell you what, if Al Pacino was to play a Vulcan, I'll be all over that shit. You know, put him
Best
in
Vulcan I've ever seen.
Put him in Discovery, and you might even rescue the series back. You know,
really, that's a strong statement,
yeah,
isn't it?
But yeah, Discovery's gone awful. Right. Let's move on to movie news. Right, so I'm going to do this backwards now. I'm going to go from 5 to 1 instead of 1 to 5 in the order.
All right.
So, Oscars news. So you've got the Batman camp saying it's a travesty that they've not been nominated for more. You've got Black Panther saying exactly the same thing. You've got people complaining that Maverick's been nominated for too many things, and then you've got Avatar thrown in the middle of that. Where's your best movie for the Oscars sitting, Steve? Where would it be allocated?
The thing is, for me, is that sort of stuff it's politics driven nowadays. It's not fan driven at all. You know what I mean? It's not the viewers. It's not us that pick this stuff. You know, I mean, the thing is, from what I can gather, I haven't seen the second one yet, but from what I can gather, the Black Panther, the second one, is not as good as the first one. Period.
No, it's not.
Right. So you must be racist if they don't win all the awards. That's my opinion on that. You know, that's what they'll spin. But ultimately, you've got the visuals of Avatar, which I'm sure, although I haven't seen it yet, I'm sure will be stunning because he's took about 20 years to make it.
Yeah.
You've got Top Gun, where the actors themselves have done death-defying stunts. That's visually stunning.
Mm-hmm.
Who else we got? So we've got Avatar, we've got Black Panther, you've got Maverick. What was the other one?
The Batman.
The Batman. I mean, the Batman. Jesus. It was good, but it's not my favourite. Nowhere near. Why would that be entitled to any more than the others?
So, do you think the big studios now, because there is other films nominated in those categories, Everything Everywhere whatever was in there in that mix as well, that has been nominated for quite a lot, and there is a few other stuff there. Are we at that risk now of saying the studios like Marvel are expecting to mop up? And I totally get what you're saying there. You know, the Black Panther, the first Black Panther had all that jazz that was going on around.
It was the first black superhero, all cast driven movie.
Yeah, it had all
groundbreaking,
that
one would say,
around it, and it wasn't a bad film, to say the least. Anyway, this one, they tried it again, didn't they?
But it's not entitled. It's not entitled to win the same amount of awards.
You tried it again with this one with all the politicking, didn't it? If you only black should see it in opening week and all that, and you're like, why? Just why are we even having that conversation? But the film itself, and you know, Steve, I'm quite critical of the film. It's just a big memory montage and
I remember you saying
of Chadwick Boseman, and it doesn't need to be that.
But this is what I'm saying. I think that's what they were banking on. That is exactly what they're banking on. And to be fair, it shows a bit of bottle if it doesn't win all these awards. And not because it doesn't deserve it in some categories. I would imagine it probably does. But the thing is that you've got to remember, up until a few years ago, superhero movies didn't win anything. Anything based on comics was it didn't even get a mention.
Well, the first one was Iron Man, wasn't it? You get some everything away.
You get some random movie about the hardship of a woman that's lost a child or whatever, something along that sort of lines, that would absolutely smash it. Because it's this time of year where you start seeing all these screeners coming out, don't you, for the award ceremony. And all the award ceremony, they all seem to come out about the same time, and they're all of the similar ilk. They're all depressing films, for want of a better phrase, some of them. You know, and then all of a sudden it broke the mold because it started changing to different things. But then I think now it's gone a lot more political.
See, if you're looking at it from Panther 2 and something along your lines of, say, I don't know, what was a big blockbuster, sort of Erin Brockovich type of film, you know, you'd expect it to go to that, you know, to the Erin Brockoviches of its time.
Yeah.
This over here, there's so much going on around it that you need need to understand 10 movies before you get the plot of what's gone on. You need to understand what's happened in real life to understand what's going on. And then you also need to be a big Marvel fan and forgiving for what is come before it to understand what's going on. I totally agree with Peter, what Peter's saying there. The Top Gun saved cinemas. It saved the cinemas that much. It's actually had a second theatre release.
That's my point. That is. I mean, take all the special effects away and everything else. That is what's key about it. Do you know what I mean? That's why it's going to be an important movie going forward. If the cinemas are saved and everything like that, then that's gonna you know, and Avatar coming out is another good one for that reason, because I would imagine that dragged half the people there. But I could understand what you're saying. I mean, if you look at something like Endgame, I don't know what they got. I really have no clue. But that should have won every award, because the thing is that cinematically it was a brilliant movie. It wasn't sort of everything tied together. The amount of different stories that they had been working on, the amount of effort that had been put in over the 10-year period beforehand, 15-year period beforehand, all culminated in this movie. And the movie wasn't an hour long. It was, it was a 3-hour movie sort of thing. So for what that did for the cinema, again, it raked up an absolute fortune in revenue. That would be a good thing to win awards.
Yeah.
And then the problem is after that, it's then sort of tailed off a bit.
So just to change the subject, Lindsay and Alvin, you didn't watch us this time last year. The funniest thing happened. I had the most views on our channel on one of my shorts. Little Steve put a short up of him with your Monty Python, was it the Holy Grail set that you found in your loft?
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
Something like that. So that beat my views, right? And he was sending me a message, look who's got the most views. 40 minutes later, Will Smith slaps Chris Rock, right? And
before I even had a chance to answer him back.
I post that on our channel. Within 10 minutes, it had 3,000 views.
Absolutely. Just he literally messaged me going, just look again. I was like, there's not a chance in hell here. I was like, you absolute arsehole. And then bloody Lana decides to do a pissed up dance while we're out in fucking Liverpool.
And that beat you. So go and check our shorts out if you want to see my lovely wife dancing around Liverpool while she's pissed to a silent disco.
That was exactly it.
Yeah. So anyway, going back to movie news. So Top Gun, great film, no political agenda, great cast, great performances, well deserved. And then it's just one of those things.
That's my opinion. I think it's all a bit more political and agenda driven nowadays for the thing. Yeah, cheers, thanks.
I totally agree with you, Tonk, and that's why I keep bringing it out every couple of months and just keep posting it and just getting people to rewatch it. It's awesome. Next piece of news is Violent Night has been given a sequel. They're in the start and the filming and stuff like that. David Harbour is coming back to reprise Santa. I'm all for this.
Yeah, I loved it.
I don't want it to be a repeat of Violent Night, and I don't want it to do what Die Hard 2 did, where it's a similar situation. This time it's just in an airport and not in a tower block. How would you write Violent Night 2?
Not a clue, mate. I mean, the way they ended it, it was. I think that was pretty much finished off, really. To be fair, but it was one of those movies that I really enjoyed, and a lot of people were saying like, it's making my Christmas top 10 list and blah blah blah, and I'm like, seems a bit premature, really. But when I watched it, I was like, you know what? Actually, I would quite easily sit there every Christmas and watch it.
It's not just making my Christmas list; it's making my if I've got
top 5.
If I've got nothing else to do, I'm going to throw in and go and watch Violent Night.
Jerry's put no spoilers, please, so we're not allowed. But having saying that, I would say I've noticed it's been released in America on Blu-ray so I'm hoping we get one soon because that's definitely going in the collection.
Yeah, it's definitely got to go in the collection. I'll tell you what we'll do. Next Christmas, we'll do a watch-along of Violet Night. Yeah?
That'd be amazing, wouldn't it?
We'll schedule that in now. We'll do a watch-along. You're going to... Yeah, go back and watch the shorts because some of the shorts are quite funny. So Violet Night gets given that. This one
there's also didn't you do a release of like the best bits of last year or whatever?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, try that as well.
And if you want to see a near 17 stone man on a trampoline, there's a couple of them as well.
He defies gravity, honestly, guys. He really does.
There's Encanto. Disney have released the most watched, most streamed movie of the year. Now, here's some figures for you. Disney's Encanto. It's not just the most watched animated movie. It's the most streamed thing that they've had since it was released in November 2021. 27.4 billion minutes worth of watched minutes.
I could add to that because I've never bloody watched it.
Which locates to 269 million times that film has been watched in the 12 months it's been released.
Jesus.
Can you imagine having something that plays for 27.4 billion minutes a year? Apart from you falling off your chair.
Yeah, I wish.
Yeah, we can't talk about Encanto. Yeah. I wonder if that's what it is. That section's been played 27 billion times. You can't talk about Bruno. But that's it. The next one down is Turning Red, and that only had something like 117 billion whatever watches.
Yes, I mean, I've got that, but it's even the trailer. It looks a weird film now.
Well, I've never seen it, and it puts me off that Chris says it's one of his favorite films, and you know what Chris's
not that Turning Red. One of his favorite films.
Well, he keeps saying Encanto, wasn't it? Wasn't he not buying the dogs and stuff from Encanto? And
I've got no idea. I'll have to ask him that one.
Yeah, I'm sure he's still watching. He's popped in and said hello, hasn't he? He'll catch it in the morning. But yeah, and the biggest movie news that I've got this week was there's a new Wallace and Gromit planned to be released in 2024.
Really?
Now, I thought I'd leave that to last because I know you're a big Wallace and Gromit fan, and so was Lana and stuff like that. And it was Lana that pointed that out to me. She was reading up and she said, "Oh, look, new Wallace and Gromit."
She's not stopped skipping yet, has she?
Oh, Coco, not Encanto. Sorry, Kathy. I know it was something just as pointless.
Coco is amazing. Now that's a good film.
I know it was something just as pointless. So, Wallace and Gromit, new film out next year. Lana's really excited about it. I'm quite excited because I quite like the Wallace and Gromit stuff. I'm not into it as much as she is, but I'd watch it once or twice. And I know you're a big fan as well, aren't you, Steve?
I've got two of these in the house now. Let me show you. Two of those in the house now.
Oh,
this one's got more characters with it though. The one that we originally bought, Leo plays with, so I lost that. So when I saw this up on Facebook a while back, I picked it up. I'm like, I'm going to keep hold of that one.
Yeah, definitely. So Peter's not over the moon about Wallace and Gromit. Peter, Nintendo guy, says he hasn't seen Coco, and Tonks doesn't like Coco. So, yeah, I told you, it's just as pointless as Encanto.
Tonks is just hardcore, isn't he? You know what I mean? I'm a bit unsure about Coco. Need to watch it again. Maybe Hey, Peter. Yeah, I enjoy it. I mean, I like the sort of theme, really.
A little birdie's told me that Peter's coming to Chester.
No way, that'd be awesome.
Can't have a Wallace and Gromit film without Peter Sellers. Yeah,
that's true. Yeah, that's very true. That's sad, isn't it? Joseph said Coco is amazing. I prefer Horlicks to. Here we go. Here comes the dad joke.
He's been waiting for that one, hasn't he?
He's literally got a list that you can use.
So that's movie news. Like I say, it'll be interesting with what happens with the Oscars. Now, do you think we're at a time where the Oscars has run its course? Does it matter if your film's won 15 Oscars if it's shit? Have we run our course with the Oscars?
Maybe. I don't know. I just all I'm saying is that I don't take any notice of it. I really don't. Do you know what I mean? I can quite easily go on with my day without checking who won what. I'm sure if I want to know, it'll tell me on the box that I buy the Blu-ray of what they've won.
I like Boss Baby.
We've got 2 copies of Boss Baby 1 and 2 because he likes it, so he watches it downstairs on the Blu-ray. And I had to buy another set because I didn't want him knackering my discs.
I like the series as well. I could quite happily just sit there and have that playing all day.
What about Ovaltine?
I've seen Scarface and I don't watch Encanto, but Boss Baby, there you go.
Yep, that's it in a nutshell.
Yeah. Now, Ricky Gervais said when he does the Golden Globes, doesn't he? He says, "Do I pander to the 30 million people watching it worldwide, or do I pander to the 2,000 people sitting in the audience?" And that's what I think the Oscars should be. The Oscars should be, let's make the fun of the people in attendance for the enjoyment of people around the world, and and take the seriousness out of it. But I'm not going to go and buy a film based on a trailer release that says it's won 15 Oscars, because it could run 15 Oscars for anything from best stitching on costume or language or something like that. Now the categories are unbelievable as well. So you won't even worth Life of Pets. Oh, Lana would kill you. I take it you mean The Secret Life of Pets.
Yeah, Secret Life of Pets, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but they were good films in the 90s, though, weren't they? Forrest Gump and Rain Man and things like that. They deserve to win it, but now films are winning stuff just because of the politics surrounding it.
To answer Tonks' question, I clicked on it, but I need to do it on my laptop, really. I clicked on it on my phone, and it was like, yeah, VPN. I was like, right, okay, I'll have to do it on my laptop.
It was very similar to the one that I watch.
Was it?
Very similar. Yeah.
Yeah, like I say, yeah, exactly, TJ. Search for me. That's very, very much. What you mean is Ricky Gervais to host it, and they see. This is the other thing.
I think you should take the shackles off the hosts.
Well, you might get a slap if you do that. But you see, the thing is, like, the Americans, they do all these. I mean, I don't mean to offend anybody that's in here that's American, but I don't understand these programs about roasting each other. It just doesn't make any sodding sense to me. But there's uproar if they do it. If somebody does it at Oscars or a Globes or whatever. Like they literally have programs where they sit there and take the piss out of each other. You know what I mean? But God knows these uppity, privileged people in the room.
I think he means, when you click on one of the links, you get the advert and you sort of need to skip back to get back onto the film you're watching. It's usually like a VPN or something like that.
I don't know if it's just because I'm on Apple. I'm not.
But, yeah, I think.
Yeah, can you imagine?
I think if they were to, I enjoy the roasts. you know, when they all take turns to roast each other on the panels and stuff like that. I think some of the comedians are hilarious. I think what lets them down is the fact that the humour is so watered down for political reasons, and they can't say this or they get sued, or they can't do this and they can't do that and everything else. And I think the humour sort of gets lost. So when you've got a British person, it doesn't necessarily need to be Ricky Gervais. It could be anyone. You look at Jimmy Carr, when Jimmy Carr hosts awards over there or whatever, he is a cut above everybody else. And I mean, he cuts deep in what he says. And it's because they're so used to it here, and they don't have that freedom of speech that they're all banging on about over there. They don't have that there, and I think that's what is.
Take care, DJ.
I think that's what the problem is with the Oscars, is that it is so high level now, and everyone is so scared to do something out the normal than just reading off the card.
Yeah. Hi, Kerry. But like I say, that's the award ceremonies in a nutshell, isn't it? We're going all night about that. Cherry's eating a bunny, which I'm not sure about that one. Though she's tried to back it up with a what?
It's a brie bun.
A pre-bun.
Yeah, bio bun or something. Is that what you're getting as to the Chinese, Korean bun things? Speaking of which, we're not having Pizza Friday tomorrow. We're trying the Asda street food section. Right, let's move on to pickups of the week, shall we?
Okay, mate.
Right, pickups of the week. Right. Did you see the Unicron I picked up from Game?
Yes, I did. No wonder he's wanting to jump into this.
He is huge. The only problem is Lana has it. Lana won't give it me. Now, I went in to buy it for myself, right? I went in to buy it for myself. And then Lana says, well, you buying it? He says, yeah. He said, oh, I was going to buy it for a present. And I was like, all right, okay. So Lana bought it for a present. In the meantime, so in the I don't know why. In the meantime, while she was paying for that, and I was on, because she doesn't usually let me on till side of the aisle, right, because they have all the good stuff there, don't they? So you pick up.
She doesn't let you in anywhere near it.
So while she was paying, for Unicron, I'm looking at this.
That's cool.
It's Q from Star Trek, right? So it's
Oh yeah, I know what you're saying now. That's made sense. Although it's on tonight, I think, isn't it? Plastic. That's what I was going to say. Yeah. Let's look at the little piece of plastic Steve's bought this week.
So I've bought Q, right? And they had Apollo from Rocky, and they had one of the Street Fighters. But 18 quid. Look, 18 quid.
Oh, well, that sounds like it's a fucking steal.
That's a bargain. I got this deformed Soundwave.
Why is he deformed?
Because he's not a pop figure and he's not a normal figure, and the range is deformed.
Oh, right, okay.
It's like a small body, big head. But look at the detail in him. He's absolutely brilliant. Right? So I've got that on Vinted. I've got, while we were in Game, I did buy a Transformer.
She just must know you're going to go in there and buy a bloody Transformer.
It's Mike's fault. Do you know Mike next door, the one that I blame for Blaster and Soundwave?
Yeah.
He sends me pictures when he goes shopping. And he goes, oh, look at this. This one's in offer in this shop. And I go, what shop's that? And he goes, oh, it's the Entertainer. And I go, yeah, but it's the one in the Oaks or one in Chester. And wherever he says it is, I end up in the next day. So
all of a sudden, Lana's got you going, should we go for a trip out?
Yeah.
Let's go have a walk around the shops.
Right, so I end up in game, and then we see Unicron, and I didn't get Unicron, and I picked up the space shuttle first, and then we went back and got Unicron after, and then while she was paying for that, I ended up with Q.
Bloody hell.
I did get 2 DVDs. I noticed when I was looking at my X-Men collection, I said, I'm sure I'm missing one. It was X-Men Origins Wolverine.
Was it? Oh, the best one.
Now, I was getting this one confused with the Wolverine. And I was like, I'm sure I've got Wolverine, but
Oh, no.
there's 2.
Origins is where it's at, mate.
Yeah, Origins is brilliant because it's got Gambit in it and Deadpool. And
Gambit was such a wasted character, though.
So,
He
yeah,
could have
I
so had a
picked that one.
solo.
Now, I did pick up a copy of Stand By Me on Blu-ray.
Yeah, classic.
I love this film. I still can't bring myself to spend £35 on the steel book, though. So I ended up with the £4 normal case Stand By Me. And there was one thing I did pick up, and it's been tormenting me for weeks. I've seen it in Asda. I've seen it in CEX. You know I love it, and I can't help it. It's been watched this week.
Oh my god! Right. Well, the fact you found it in CEX is at least you saved a bit of money.
I did. It's £25 in Asda, and I got it for £12 in CEX.
Wow! What a difference!
It's awesome, isn't it? Now it's got 5 discs. Each disc has got an hour's worth of special features.
Oh, you've rinsed that, haven't you?
Yeah. I couldn't wait, and it's been tormenting me for weeks. Every time I went into CEX, I was looking for it, looking at it, and I didn't buy it. Every time I went into Asda, I was going to buy it, and then I realized it was half price in CEX, and yeah, it was tormenting me. And then this week, I just went, "Fuck it, I'm picking it up." And then Lana went, "You have been looking at that for weeks, to be honest." So she never stopped me from picking it up. But yeah, it has been binged this week. And yeah, if you haven't seen the Halo series, go and watch it.
The best thing about Origins of Wolverine is when they sent out that really dodgy copy online that had no CGI in it. It was bad. And that was like the first one that anybody could watch. It was terrible.
Yeah. I tell you what, and I did pick up 2 other Transformers. Let me just get them here.
Where are you finding more Transformers?
Huffer.
Yeah.
Got Huffer, and I got Pipes.
Okay. What generation of them?
These are the Kingdom release, you know, the Netflix Kingdom.
All right. Okay. Yeah.
So the new ones from Netflix.
Thank you, babe. Thank you.
So I am at that point now with my Transformers, and that's why the shuttle's still in the box, because
it's literally going to be called the Transformer Room, isn't it?
Yeah, so I need to figure out which version of the shuttle I'm having. Am I having them in the train? Am I having them in the shuttle? Am I having them in the rocket port? You know, because he's a... Or am I having him in robot mode? Now, I need to see what size he is in robot mode.
Kerry's saying the Huffer is OG G1.
He is, but that version of him isn't. That's from the Kingdom. It's not the G1. The G1 release Huffer is a microbot. It's a very small one. Like, where's he gone? It's more like that size compared to the other G1s. He's a very small one. Not a big one.
A lot of those G1s, there's nothing to them, is there? They're so fucking small.
Yeah. He's like that. That's a G1 first aid. So Huffer is like that size, not compared to like the Grimlock or anything, which is quite a big one. Where him, for example.
Would you be paying a tenner? Like, how much would you be paying for a G1 like on release? Do you think of those sort of things? Do you reckon it's like a tenner a go or what?
When he first came out, or now?
No, when they first came out. Because I can't see you after paying an absolute
Yeah,
fortune.
you were probably playing 10, 15 quid of 80s money back then for them.
Yeah.
Same way as you're paying 20 quid now for a new one. But yeah, Huffer was more that size than
Fair enough.
size. But I do keep my eye out for them. But that version of Huffer that I've got is from the Kingdom series, which is the Netflix sort of release. So, yeah. So, yeah, if you're watching Tam, and I know you've not popped in yet, I'm still waiting for you to fix these primes. the 5 primes you've got.
You know he's not sleeping properly without that. Literally sat there thinking they could be mine one day.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
So is that everything?
I think that's everything I've picked up. Let's just have a quick look.
Okay.
Oh, I have got a story. Do you know that I picked this up the other week? When I picked this up the other week.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So it's been on the shelf there ever since I've got it. Yeah?
Yeah.
Hasn't moved.
No.
Right? Lana heard the bang. Right? So it's well and truly on the shelf, not moving. Lana heard the bang. And when she come down here, she thought it was something to do with the cat. But what had happened somehow is that Klingon battle cruiser had flew from the bookcase to the foot of the bed.
No way.
Yeah, just the battle cruiser, nothing else. Just the battle cruiser have gone from there to there. So I think me buying all this stuff on Vinted, I've bought an Annabelle style ghost in the house via the battle cruiser.
Right, okay.
And guess what room you're staying in, Steve?
Yeah, we'll have to get Most Haunted out first.
But yeah, there you go. So yeah, that's my pickups.
That's what I'm saying, Kathy. I think it's a bit weird, isn't it? Changes dosage. Yeah.
It flew. It went from there to there.
Wow.
No, I haven't put batteries in it yet. Oh, fucking hell.
There you go. There's that ghost again.
There's that fucking ghost again.
I
haven't moved that book. I've told you. I think Big Steve's stone door trunk. No, it's ghosts. All right. Go on, Steve. Have you got your pickups, mate?
Yeah, absolutely. Pop me on big screen then.
Yeah, just why I fixed this room.
Well, he has a 5-minute fix. Yeah, Big Steve's a twat. Thanks. Yeah, I appreciate that one, Junie. So, Junie's little comment was that.
Oh yeah.
So a couple of things I picked up. I went to charity shop. Found these 2 ugly mofos for £1 each. I quickly messaged Steve. But there we go. That obviously I bought them for him because I figured they were something he would be into. Apparently they're from Halo, so they'll be heading down to Steve. Then I decided that I was setting up that PlayStation 5 this week, eventually. But I realised that I wanted to watch a 4K movie on it. And the first Blu-ray I watched was Casino Royale. So I went and got the Daniel Craig set of the 4K and watched Casino Royale in 4K this week. So that was awesome. I picked up Smile because I've read a few things about that and it's pretty good. I'm looking forward to that. Not a lot this week, actually. I had a voucher for CEX that I had to use. So I say I had to use. They're about 1,000 years life on them, but I wanted to use. So I picked up the Dexter box set on Blu-ray. I never got all the way through the series, but it also has the New Blood on there. So I picked up that one.
I wasn't a fan of Dexter.
I enjoyed it. I watched up to about series 5. And then to use the rest of my voucher, I went back to picking up some more of my childhood ones, which is Willy Fogg.
Mm.
So the 5-disc set of all 26 episodes of Willy Fogg. So that's going to go up there with the rest of my Dogtanian and Super Ted and Biker Mice and Transformers and all that good stuff, and He-Man. Now, when I got off the show last week, there was a movie that I'd watched a few days before that just I thought was awesome, and I forgot to mention it as one of the movies that I'd watched that week. Anyway, I ordered it, but when I went onto Amazon, I got it from Amazon because it wasn't one that CEX did, so it's not something that is out on a lot of general release, but it is Guns Akimbo.
I love that film.
Absolutely, really enjoyed it. Love the film.
Did you see my review I did on it last year?
I can't remember. I wasn't sure if it was that. I think it was actually because I think it was on Amazon. I think it's either on Amazon or it's on Netflix. And
it was on Netflix when I got it.
I saw the advert for it and I was like, you know what? I vaguely remember that sort of it being mentioned. So we sat there and watched it, and it is absolutely a mental film. It is absolutely. I really enjoyed it. So I was like, I'm definitely going to try and get it. But then when I started looking, a lot of the places where I'd usually go didn't have it. So I've had to get I want to say it's a German version.
It's like when he's running around. It's when it's first happened. He's running around in his underwear with the guns nailed to his hand, and he's like,
it's brilliant, isn't it? It's funny and it's really high octane.
He's like, are you wanking? No, show me your hands. Put the guns down. I can't.
But yeah, it was just a mental film.
Yeah.
Is series 2 of what? OGM.
Masters of the Universe.
Is what? Can I ask if series 2 of OG
of
Masters
the original
of the Universe?
Masters of the Universe from the early 80s available in Ireland and UK?
I have no idea, because that one I've got is season 1, isn't it?
Yeah.
I've got no idea. That's a very good question, that, to be fair. What?
Junie.
Yeah.
I don't know, to be honest. There's a lot of them that do that. They release the first series of a classic and
Just
then
to see how it goes.
Yeah, and then don't release the rest of it.
I tell you, I'm going to second though, mate. This might just cost me another fortune now. What's that? The complete series? Is that series 1 and 2? All 130 episodes. That's got to be series 2 episodes. So you can buy from HMV. You can buy the complete series 1 and 2 for $54.99. So yeah.
Yeah, but the only problem with HMV though is that it is expensive and it is overpriced.
Yeah, I mean, let me check. What's that?
Neil.
£38 for the complete series from CEX. So it's what, £20 cheaper, just shy. Nuneaton's got it in, Livingston's got it in, Northfield, Portsmouth, Shrewsbury, Watford, Castleford, Bury, and Bolton. But yeah, they've got it in there. Oh, I didn't know that. I thought I had a whole lot there, Steve.
Could you not get Cherry to go and pick it up in Bolton?
Well, you'd have to say the other thing as well with that is looking at the quality of it's the roulette of CX, isn't it? You know, if I order it, I usually do all right with them, but there's the odd time where you might get something that looks absolutely shocking. Yeah, so it's about €45. Yeah, I mean, it would cost £2, £2 postage, I think, from CEX, something like that. But yeah, there is both that. I'll have both series in it. Yeah, I was well impressed with that movie, and I was like, I'm going to definitely talk about Guns Akimbo.
Yeah, I loved it. I just thought Daniel Radcliffe was brilliant in it, and it was sort
that
of
girl as well.
Yeah, it sort of takes Radcliffe out of being Harry Potter for a little while, doesn't it? And it's just like it's brilliant. It's such an underrated film.
So yeah, Willie Fogg is going up with me others.
Right.
I might take Super Ted down for now. Yeah, let's do that. Biker Mice from Mars. That's the one. It's only a cheap disc that can come off for now. Yes, Kerry. Bless you. I hope you feel better. So happy that you feel better. Found because of romance. Oh. Yeah, I watched the Weird Al movie. That is a weird movie. That was something I weren't sure what to make of as well, to be honest with you, that movie.
Right, so the link's in the chat there now, ladies and gents. Please feel free to come on as long as you don't mention ghosts or anything like that. I think we'll be all right for the remainder of the show.
Don't want to spook him out. He won't sleep tonight.
I'm not worried about it. I just don't want my bookcases falling over. It'll be like that scene in Ghostbusters, won't it? Where it's just like, get her, and everything falls over.
Yeah, that narrows it down, Kerry. It was a parody of a parody, which made it a bit sort of over the top, really.
So yeah, so the link's there. Please feel free to come on and come and give us a chat. I tell you what I am watching at the moment, Steve, is it's on Netflix. It's the first 2 episodes came live this week, and it's called Physical 100.
Oh, okay, that sounds interesting.
Well, what it is that Korea have got the top 100 fittest people, right?
Right.
And they've put them in a competition. And the games that they play are very Squid Game-esque.
Squid Game-esque?
Yes. So, so you see them all, they all walk in, and as they're walking in, they've got like plaster casts of their bodies, so you see how fit people are, muscular and stuff. And then the first game is that they say to them, right, we stand on the platform. So as they're standing on the platform, it's very bad dubbed. I mean, very bad dubbed, right? And then one of the girls says in like a really poor fucking Geordie accent, you know, oh, I wonder if the floor's going to move. You know, and next thing you know, these bars come down. He said, grab hold of the bars. And then as they grab hold of the bars, it lifts them up and the floor opens up. It's like, fuck, it's like a pool of water, you know?
Right,
but the game's really squid.
With sharks, with freaking laser beams in.
Yeah, you know, laser beams and sharks, you know, the Austin Powers type. Yeah. So it's like a very Squid-esque type of game, but then they also play very physical games like the challenge and stuff like that. So it's definitely going to get good. Now, the first 2 episodes are on Netflix. The next one's out on Tuesday. So it's like a weekly release. But it's definitely it's definitely worth. Well, that's what I thought. It cuts off at the end of the second episode, and I'm like, "Where's the third one?" And it's gone. I just wanted to binge watch a lot of it then, because it got me. Do you know how many people are coming to the meetup? There's about 10 of us, 10, 11 of us that have confirmed on Facebook.
Yeah, not everybody RSVPs these days, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. So, Shab. I don't know if Ian's coming. He was saying that he's going to have a look if he's got his kids that weekend, and if he hasn't, he was looking at coming down. So yeah, I started watching that today. Physical 100. Give that one a go. And what was and I watched Chaos Walking today.
Yeah,
that's the Tom Holland one where men's thoughts are all out here and everyone can see what's going on. But that was awful.
Feel a disturbance in the force.
That was awful though, that Chaos Walking. I wouldn't recommend that to anyone.
Yeah.
What have you been watching?
Honestly, apart from watching Bond the other night, not a lot really, because it's that time of year where I'm stuck watching The Apprentice, which I enjoy, and Love Island.
Yes, we've been watching Apprentice.
And Love Island, because that's what we do. I've got a mate at work that's obsessed with it, so we watch it and talk about it, but it has been boring as shit this year. Absolutely. I couldn't tell you the names of any. In fact, one person, a woman called Zara, which is she's a bunny boiler at best. But there is nobody else I can think of, honestly. Cherry said she's been watching Happy Valleys. That's ending soon, isn't it?
What's that new Vicky McClure one that started about?
Oh, VAR United.
What's that new Vicky McClure one that started about her going to see the person that killed her daughter? We were halfway through the first episode of that.
You know, I sat and watched. It was Brassic Series 1, Episode 4 last night. It was on telly before I came to bed. The one with the fish. It's fucking hilarious.
Stealing the Grey Carp.
Yeah. Yeah, fucking hilarious that. And still, the funniest moment in that program by far so far was obviously in the first episode with that van where he accidentally bloody the roofie. Is it roofie? Is it yeah. What's it called? Chloroform, isn't it?
Yeah.
He just falls asleep at the wheel. I absolutely die every time I see that one.
The best part of Brassic is where they're chasing the bloke and he's hanging out the car and he's shooting back at the van and he loses his head against the side. His head's go.
What we got? So
oh god,
we should catch up on some of the chat.
There's not much going on. They're all saying hello.
So now Tonks said his mate from Holland had told him to watch, but Alice in Borderland.
Alice in Borderland. That's awesome. That the last episode of season 2 takes a bit of a strange, weird twist, but it sort of makes sense by the end of it again, which is good.
Yeah. That's. I really enjoyed that.
Are we allowed to talk about that now? Is that?
No, I wouldn't say if Tonks has like started watching it around. I wouldn't do that. So looking forward. What's that? Cherry also watching Big Sky and Criminal Minds. They're coming out on Disney. Okay, fair enough. I am on last episode of Alice in Borderland, Tonks. So yeah, let's not say anything. Shabba's on the last episode. Really good but weird. Yeah,
right,
I agree with you.
You've got until next week. Oh, actually, no, you haven't. You've got until the week after. I'm not here next week.
Sorry.
I'm not here next week. I'm in Bodwydden in North Wales for the week.
Fine.
So
Right.
it's all yours.
Well, as long as you set up the stream, I'll be fine.
Oh, yeah. Do
Um,
us a favour. Can you give Sharon a spanner?
Sharon? Yeah, of course
Yeah.
I will. I thought you
I
fucking
saw
done that by now, to be honest.
I thought I would have done that by now, but one of us was busy working during the day and running the channel in the evening. I am like,
Oh,
back.
yeah, I totally forgot how amazingly busy you were working from home.
Have you noticed our subscribers are slowly growing every day?
Don't say that. The last time you did that, it dropped 4.
Yeah. One of us has got to put the time and effort in.
Right. I will sort that out now. I'll tell you what, I'll sort it out on our account rather than my own. Oh yeah, 406 now.
Yeah. Are you in North Wales to buy all the Transform? No, I'm in Bodwydden Castle. Now,
yeah, someone sent him a message to say, look what we've seen in fucking game.
Have a good weekend, Peter. See you soon, mate. You'll have to come on one night as well, Pete, when you're not busy, and come and have a chat. You're beating our channel with 273. Well, Tonks, throw your link in the chat, mate. And, you might get 3 subscribers out of us. No, so what we're doing is that we're having a nice little break.
Oh, there she is, Sharon.
We're going away. We're going away in September, so we're looking at going abroad. We just haven't decided where yet, so that's going to be like a last minute deal. But we've got a week off in February, so next week. So we're going to Bodwydden Castle. So it's like an OAP retreat. So you go and stay in the castle. You go and do archery and play chess and checkers and do all of that stuff. They've got movies and games and stuff like that. And yeah, it's going to be just a nice relax. But we're going to take the day out and go to Port Merion on Thursday. So I'm going to do some filming down there on the set of The Prisoner and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm looking forward just to having a nice week off and not worrying about work or anything like that. So yeah, so I'm not here, Steve. So it's not like when I say I'm not here, I'm on holiday, and then I tune in and come and see what you're up to. It's just I'm just away.
You know this commitment, and you chose to fuck off instead.
Yes, you are right. However, I have scheduled 8 videos between now and the end of February, so I think I've done enough.
Oh, I can't wait. Must be amazing.
Don't do it, Port Merion is so dull. I've been before when I was a kid, and I've always wanted to go back. So
I'm going to break it down now. Is it a review of Starship Troopers? 1, 2, 3. Then Star Trek. Then Halo. There's a Halo.
Starship Troopers is in there.
There's a bloody Halo video.
No, there's no Halo.
Well, we'll see. We'll see what sort of content.
There's no Halo. Do you want me to tell you what we've got? What you've got to look forward to?
You'll spoil it for people. Shabba said need to find a way to watch The Last of Us. Yeah, same. I want to watch that, but we're only 2 episodes in so far, so I'm trying to avoid anything to do with it. I'd rather binge watch it a bit. Lindsay and Alvin, they want to watch Avatar 2.
Mike next door's watched it and he says it ain't great. Look, I'll show you, Steve. I'll show you, but don't show the chat. There you go.
Okay. If Mike next door says it's not very great, then yeah, I won't bother. Big Mike,
yeah. Yeah. All the admins with the spanners on movie chat.
Then,
No. So, yeah, Avatar 2. I've wanted to watch it. It's filmed in the wrong frame rate, isn't it? Because they wanted to film it in the same rate that they did Avatar, so it looked the same. And it just doesn't look great. Mike says the story's not brilliant. And yeah, he just says, don't waste your time. So, yeah, there you go. Sharon says it was shit. That's her first job as a spanner. Yeah, I don't know about The Last of Us, Sherry. I've never played the game because I'm an actual gamer and play
absolutely
Xbox.
loved it. It is a game. It is a classic game.
So with me being an actual gamer and playing on Xbox, I've never played The Last of Us. So I'm thinking doing the same. Waiting, I'm doing the same with Bad Batch. I'm letting Bad Batch play, and then just binging that whole series.
Okay. So, for the sake of next week's random chat, the week after, do you want to do the wheels so that we've got them?
I can do the wheels.
We can do them now, live while we're on air.
I could have just put a short out. But if you want to do them, I suppose we can do them, Steve.
Go on then. Yeah, I've heard that as well, Cherry, to be honest.
Right. Are we ready?
Ready.
Let's give it a shuffle.
What is it? Richard Gere.
Richard Gere.
All your mushy films then, yeah?
You'd be all right, Steve. It falls into your
remit.
Your thing, yeah. Let's get rid of Taxi Driver. Shuffle.
Hey, Jason. Hope you're well, mate.
Oh, we still there. We've watched Alien, haven't we? That can come out.
Can we talk about? I this is what I thought, Neil. It never spins for me. It just automatically appears on something. I was hoping it worked better for you guys. Oh, go on. Really? My God, I'm going to have to, stop people from entering the chat. It'll be that bloody busy that week. What with Richard Gere and Catwoman. I don't know how we're going to be able to keep up with the comments.
Well, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll invite Lisa and Michelle on from Retro Girls UK because that's Lisa's favourite movie.
No, it's not. It's not.
Yeah. So we'll invite them on for that week.
Jesus.
Yeah.
We bought some Lego Adidas trainers today, Jason. Wow, Lego Adidas trainers. Yeah, I agree with you, Sharon. I enjoyed that. Lego Adidas trainers. I need to have a look at that. Jason said he's been lurking in the background, but glad you're here, mate. Right. Okay. Well, like I say, we'll deal with them the week after then. What does
it gives us a chance to watch it and enjoy the week, and and just not having to panic. I wasn't going to run it. I was going to just do a short or something midweek, Steve, or pick it up the week after.
No, it's
But
fine. At
you
least I know what
insisted.
I like to have a bit of a run up. Plus, if I write it down, then I don't have to go back and check. I can just check my book.
So, ladies and gents, what we'll do for next week then is that I'll schedule the show. And then if you would like to come on to support little Steve and give him a chat, we'll also be able to throw the link out there as well for you. Yeah, other than that, I won't be here and you'll have a nice quiet week. And then the week after that, you'll have loads of pickups, hopefully.
Yeah, that's true. Well, hopefully.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah. I don't know, mate. Well, I tell you what.
That seemed to happen all like that.
You might as well get used to it. You might as well get used to it, Steve, being on that side of it, you know, the big boy side and not just
the big boy side.
Yeah, you can be on the big boy side.
Hey, Rich. The best
Evening,
sounds. What
Richard.
I was thinking, Kathy. That's what I was thinking. But yeah, it'll be interesting. But could do with a bit of support next week. Otherwise, it's going to be a very in-depth me talking for an hour and a half. He kicked himself out instead of someone else.
I was just getting him used to being by himself, you know. Did you see the panic in his face, though, when I disappeared?
Oh, thanks, Junior. Appreciate that. North Wales.
So-
I mean, yeah, plastic toys. Yeah, that's true.
Plastic crack.
Yeah.
So, the meetup in March, then. Okay, so
Yeah.
we are meeting up in March. Don't forget, we're meeting at the Square Bottle in Chester. Anytime between 12 and 12:30. It'll be good to see you there. I know there's a couple of them. Bully Steve. Why am I being a bully? I'm not being a bully. I was letting him know that I'm not here. So it'll be nice to see you. You know, meet us all in person again.
Yeah,
have a bit of a drink and a bit of a laugh.
This is it. I mean, I don't want to blow my own horn, but it'd be nice if we got a record number of people watching next week.
What? Not a record number of people coming to the free meetup that's happening that day. You know, don't forget, it's not costing you £50 to meet us that you see every week on YouTube.
That's controversial. That's controversial. You're right there. Fucking hell.
It's not controversial. It's stating the truth. You see us week in, week out, free on YouTube. Why would you like to see me in person for
It's free?
£50? It's free.
Hey, Jeannie, I'm sure we could sort that one out.
Yeah. Do we get a free drink for traveling down? No.
Oh, what? Look at you.
You need to buy us a drink. Because our pleasurable time you're taking. No, well, I'm sure we'll sort something out for you as well. Right. I tell you what. What I'm going to do
is water still free?
During last week, I had a little bit of a clear out. Okay, so we did a zipper order. We took some stuff to CEX. So the bits that wasn't worth trading into CEX and Ziff didn't want, I'm going to do a giveaway. Okay, so if you want to be part of the giveaway, then please leave a comment on this week's show. Okay, below. It can be whatever you want. Just don't mention.
What the fudge? No way.
All right. Okay. I'll have to go down and have a look tomorrow and have a look. Right. So if you want to be part of the giveaway, then please leave a comment on this week's show once it goes live. Okay. And then what we'll do is that we'll set it up for not next week, the week after, because Steve won't be able to set up the wheel to. Yeah, okay, no worries, mate. So Steve won't be able to set up the wheel and pick out the winner. So what we'll do is that we'll do it next week, but the week after. But we'll pick the comments up from this week, and we'll do that for you. But it's for viewers in the UK only. Okay. Now, please leave a comment on whatever, but please do not use the word giveaway or something like that in it, because it will flag up to YouTube and the stream will get taken down. So please leave us a comment. If you've left a comment and you've liked it, then we will do the draw in 2 weeks' time and we'll get that sent out to you.
No way. I need to find them.
Yeah, I'll have a look in our B&M, Steve, because our B&M's usually got...
Our B&M here is rubbish.
Yeah, that's where I used to get all my Halo stuff from. And what did I pick up in B&M?
Nice one, letting us know, Neil.
The big Warhammer figures, we've got them in there as well. So I'll have a look in ours, because they're usually good, because we've got 2 big ones, one in Bromber and one in... Actually, the three piles are big. The one in Chester, Bromber and...
Really?
Yeah. Okay. So we'll have a look. Right, so on that note then, Stevie, I think we'll bring it to a close.
Mm-hmm. Thank you very much, everybody. Appreciate it.
Thank you for
Please
watching.
don't forget to join us next week on me.
Yeah, don't forget to leave a comment, hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed. UK only viewers for the prize draw. And do please leave a comment on this video, but don't say freebie or giveaway. It's just any comments will get you qualified for the draw. As long as you're UK based only. Did I say it's UK based only? I'm sure I have said that, haven't I? Is that enough disclaimer? It's a UK based only. Right. Anyway, see you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.